Ooh. Greetings, Kim folks. It's Anita coming back to you again here at Holistic Healing, Life Coaching, Counseling, and Speaking. Either one of those umbrellas you can put me under or over or next to. Just as long as you understand, overstand, withstand, maybe understand where I stand, okay? All right, so today we are going to be releasing what's outdated to receive the new. So my first talking point on the board is when it is time to let go of a position in life, status, and or constant recognition, we fail to let go in order to pass the baton to the next successor. So basically what I'm saying here is, forgive the smacking. Sometimes we get a position, whether it's at a job, in society, whatever that position is, we've been taught in this society, and I have to say we've been taught. I don't mean we go to school and get taught, but we've been taught internally to not let go of things when it's time. I'm not sure if a lot of us just don't realize that there are new souls being born into this world. And even with those new souls being born, the old souls have to leave. So yeah, we're left or we're here as examples to help guide the new souls that's coming into the world, or the children that's coming into the world. So in places of employment, statuses in society, we should come to an understanding and prepare our hearts, minds, souls, spirits, and physical bodies to let go of those positions and recognitions. You get recognized is great. So people remember you and what you have left behind, the lessons you have left behind for the next generation. So basically, all I am saying is what I said before: prepare. Once you get the recognition you've gotten, learn to let go. You've got it. You've left something behind, a legacy behind, and keep it moving. As I've stated before in a lot of our teachings, as we age or mature, and we get the lessons that we need here on earth or in this life dimension, or whatever your experiences are here or has been here, it's time to move on. Your mission is complete. So then what you should be preparing after your earthly recognition and success, and once you've completed your goals in this lifetime, prepare for more experience in the next level of life after you've ascended or transitioned from this earthly dimension. Okay? So that was talk point one, in understanding that form or portion of your life for those who are in that position. Okay? So even during creative releases, we need to understand when to take breaks to rejuvenate. So these are for your artists. When you find that you're at a block, an artist block, a creative block, You're at a block because if you have constantly, year after year after year, trying to force creativity to come out, year after year, what you may not understand, overstand is that there's a time for everything. There's a time to create, there's a time to rest, and then there's a time to rejuvenate. And once you understand that, you will know when to take breaks in between creative points or creative points or creative times when it's time to create. You know when to take those breaks so that you can rejuvenate, so that you can be downloaded with more creative ideas. That is the point in being creative, knowing when to come in and to step out and when to completely stop. As stated, society got us thinking that we need to overdo things. And I think that is my next talking point. The system that we've come so accustomed to has set us up for failure because we don't see how it can drain our life force through overindulging and excessiveness of exerting our energies. So many people throughout life become depressed behind situations like this because they do not understand or understand that it's okay to pause in life and know when to stop and prepare for the next life after, or another project after that. Maybe it's not meant for you to consistently, because we are what they call, they say masters of few, jack of all trades, masters of few. So certain things that you have mastered, if you've only mastered that one and haven't thought to consider that there is another creative energy that wants to come out other than the one that you've already expressed and have mastered, then of course you do fall into a depression because you don't know anything else, when there is something else within you that's willing to come out. Now, if it's meant for you to just express one creativity to the world, so be it. But there might be another creativity that's meant just for you in a small portion for you to continue your life making your ends meet on that, just as long as it's still something that you love to do. You may not be as passionate as that which you have mastered, but understand, overstand, master each stand to know that it is okay to let something go so you don't feel as a failure. Understand that we all have a mission and a purpose. Some of us may have many purposes here, but once our time is done, know when to let go and move on to something new, even if that new means retiring and preparing for your transition into your ascension, or your ascension transition into another dimension, world, or what have you, whatever that next level in life is. What we have to understand is that we are spiritual beings having human experience. This is just an experience here in this dimension. And if it's meant for us to come back, we're going to come back. Maybe not in the same body. Yeah, you might love the body that you're in right now, but think about the lessons that you're learning as you travel your path here in this dimension on earth. So now my next talking point, even the resources given to us We buy in excess instead of understanding the art of giving and receiving. Remember, we receive what we must balance that energy with going in, with giving, we must balance that energy with giving in order to harmonize the exchange. So basically, is something that a lot of people think. We've gotten into trends. And that is not part of the human experience, getting caught up in doing what everybody else is doing, which is called trending, just because someone else is doing it. And we as humans, because of society, the ego portion of society, we have succumbed to thinking that it's okay to compare ourselves to the Joneses or the Roneses or celebrities or other people that we have placed on pedestals. And in order to take back authority and realize what is really going on with these trends, is got you in a slave type mentality. You got to do what you're told to do through programming, media programming, whatever that media is, television media, radio media, social media, news media, magazine media, newspaper media, is still media. And trust, I have had that same problem. I had succumbed to that. And slowly but surely, I have to remind myself, I got to be my authentic self. I have to remember to stay in my self-authentication and not get caught up in the trends or trying to look like somebody else. It's okay to admire what you see, and you might like what you see on somebody else, but remember to add your own flair to it, your own creative gifts or creativity to what you see. You know, I still do it to this day. I see somebody's hairstyle and I was like, you know, I know my hair probably can't get exactly like that, but I'm going to add my own little twang to it, suave, guave to it, or whatever I call it. That's what I say, suave, guave, or suave, guave, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I'm adding my own flavor to what I see somebody else have. And of course, still bit and pieces, I make the mistake of comparing myself. And when I, excuse me, and when I find myself slowly seeping into a depression because I can't get what the next person has, I have to quickly remind myself, like, okay, we're getting too caught up in what we're seeing. Sometimes you have to take a break from the media, whatever that media source is. Take a break from it so that you can remember who you are. Again, we are spirit beings. We have a portion of the oneness of the what they call the bigger creator, the bigger source, the main source of all. We are just that portion. And that portion of the main source that we bring through these bodies with us is meant to tap into that authentic source, spirit source, find our own creativity and bring our own flavor to it, to this realm. Our mission and purpose is to not only get the lessons that we are meant to learn in this lifetime, but to also bring our purpose and mission. Whether your purpose and mission is just to be a family person, a family man, a family woman, a career whatever that purpose is, if it's just to be here to anchor a certain energy on this planet, stop thinking you're supposed to be doing what Bill, Joe, Sarah, Susan, and LaQuisha are doing. That may not be your purpose. Pay attention to what you are here to do. If you feel you need to be doing something right now, do it. It shouldn't matter your age. If long as you still have the life force called breath and spirit within the body, and you're still existent on this plane of existence, and you still feel you have a purpose and mission, do it. And I'm gonna tell you, sometimes I still get caught up because I just feel like, oh, I'm about to be 50. Why couldn't I have done it when I was in my 20s? Because it wasn't meant. And I have to remind myself that, Anita, it wasn't meant for you. You was in the learning stage. You was gathering and researching, and I was, because I was having my experiences and learning from those experiences so that I can bring what solutions and lessons I've got to you. Whether it be the wounded healer or just wisdom that I have attained from knowledge through my experiences. And that's what I am doing right here today. In all of my videos, I'm bringing you a taste for those who are meant to receive it from me, who come across my information, whether it's on social media or in person. Because I meet a lot of people in person, and I always open up and share what I know, depending on the occasion and what that I am supposed to bring to you or to whoever I run into on social media or in person. Okay? So, the point of that talking point is to not get so overwhelmed and caught up in thinking that you got to have the latest Chanel, Gucci. And it's not to say that you can't have it. A lot of people get caught up in those trends because somebody else have it. And because if you don't have Gucci or Chanel, then you're not on somebody's level. Or you're not trending, and you're not in the upper echelons of life just because you don't have a Gucci or a Chanel or what are those these purses, these expensive purses and stuff, and shoes and red bottoms, the latest wig. I prefer my natural hair because I love it. I just love on some me. And and I'm not telling y'all not to wear wigs, because sometimes you gotta switch it up. But just me personally, I don't like wearing wigs because that stuff itch. And then I have to be banging on my head to scratch my head instead of just reaching up there and just scratching my head. I love to be able to touch on the scrap when something is itching. I like easy access. So this is not to belittle someone, because that's what you like. Go with what you love, that expresses your creativity. I like to switch it up too. So if I'm going to switch it up, I'll probably cut my hair, or let my hair grow long. I've had locks, and I don't want locks anymore because, locks kind of thinned my hair out, because of the texture. So, but anyway, we're not talking about hairstyles right now, but I'm just saying, go with what you know, and don't allow anyone to make you feel bad if it's your own creative flavor for you. Okay? So, it's just be moderate in how you utilize and do things, and know that what you're doing is because it's what you truly want to do, and not because it's trending. All right, so the next talking point is, over the millennium, we have seen person rise to fame. And when you hear their story, most of them, if not controlled and regulated, ends up very toxic or in death. So I've heard stories about celebrities or people who had positions of fame and power. You hear their life story, and then once they're no longer here, it ends so tragic or toxic. And it's basically just how I've said or spoken just a few moments ago. It's all about knowing when to pause, take a break, rejuvenate, knowing when it's time for you to retire, and not getting caught up in trends. Oh, all celebrities do drugs. Well, be that one that don't have to do drugs. Be very aware. If you and I'm saying this to you so that you all, before you make that step, be mindful of the company you keep, because not everyone is happy for your success. There are those who want to be in your shoes. So you have to find the right guidance and know that whoever you are praying to, your intuition, your guidance, your ancestry guidance, whoever you're tapping into or whatever you're tapping into, make sure it's for your better good or the best good of yourself, so that we can stop hearing these stories of successful people declining into something toxic or early death. And maybe if it's early death, maybe it's meant to happen that way, but it doesn't have to be that way. At some point, when do we take responsibility for the path that we walk? There is a such thing. Of course, you can't control everything. If you're destined for success and fame, allow your success and fame to be something that is not toxic to whoever comes after you. Allow people to understand, withstand, overstand, however you stand, to know that it is okay to not be caught up in the trends of drugs just to have a certain height in fame. Because some people will slip things, and you got to be aware of your surroundings. Also, to think about the karma that you put out, because what you put out will come back. So sometimes if you're nasty to people just because you reached a certain level of fame or recognition, and this is even a message to me, because if that day comes and I reach a certain level of recognition, I want to always remain humble. I constantly remind myself, I want to be humble. I don't want to let recognition get to my head and to my emotions and belittle other people. Because the higher you rise, remember, the harder you fall. The higher you get onto the highest cliff, just know you're going to hit the ground hard. If you have not created a karma that will allow you to walk down the mountain to retire from being on top. You want to be able to walk down that mountain to a nice resting place to prepare to enter the next level of ascension, instead of falling off and killing yourself, busting your behind, busting your boot boot. You don't want to bust your boot boot. You want to retire peacefully, not toxic. We got to always hear stories of especially, and it may happen in any other race, but because I am here in this dimension, a part of a melanated race, or what y'all call black people, because I don't consider myself African American because I wasn't born in Africa and came to America. So I am native, heavily melanated. Well, not heavily melanated. Anyway, brown skin, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But I notice a lot of people from our culture in America, their decline has always been a sad story for most, not all, because I think I probably had heard maybe a couple of stories that ended peacefully, like Cicely Tyson. Beautiful lady. Okay, that's the only story I've heard so far of right now. Okay, that I can remember, and I'm pretty sure there are others. But just be mindful. Be mindful of your path that you're walking. And be mindful there are distractions on that path to try to lead you off of your path. And yeah, there are forks in the road. But when you reach the fork, don't be in a hurry to go right or left. Take your time to decide. Research before you decide to move forward. Also be mindful to take breaks from recognition to rejuvenate your creativity. And also know when to retire so that the new souls or children that's coming up can bring something new to the world. Understand that you brought something into the world at the time when it was needed. And it may not be we may not need it for our whole entire lifespan or for the next generation. They might take something from that creativity, the next generation, and add to it. So just know, once you feel it within your being to know these things, then there is no problem moving forward and letting go and bringing something new to your life, or bringing something new to the world. After you've mastered that and brought that into the world, if it's meant for you to bring something new to the masses, it will happen. But if it's only meant for the community or yourself, be happy with that. All right, and so the last talking point for today is understand that those before us and their stories are our mapping and guide to get it correct the next time around. But it seems like everyone, instead of learning from their mistakes, are caught in a loop by repeating the same thing done before, and the cycle keeps repeating and getting worse. Basically, what I was just saying with everything that I've talked about, everyone who has come before us and those who are coming after us are going to either add to our flavor or learn a lesson. Even with parents, if it's just meant for you to come into this world to be a parent, be the best parent, master that, so you can teach others how to be better parents. And whatever mistakes you made along the way as a parent, don't feel bad that you weren't the best. It was meant for you to bring it that way so the next generation can get it right. And it's up to the next generation not to repeat the same thing. It is okay to better your chances at being a parent, if that's what your purpose is. Whatever energy you are here to anchor from those before you, see what mistakes they have made and find the solutions to make it better and do it better. Or something that they didn't bring, you bring something more to it. Bring a better flavor. If not a solution, bring more creative flavor. to what your parents or other souls have came here before you, whether in a job situation or career situation, entertainment, artists, whatever the case may be, activists, whatever position in life you are, doesn't matter where you are. Even if you're a street sweeper, you could probably invent something to make your life even more comfortable to sweep that street. No one is less than the other, because always remember, no matter how high you get, remember, it's not meant for you to stay that high. You can fall. So always remember to be humble, no matter where or how high you get in life. Be humble enough to take the back seat and help those who are coming after you. Or it's okay to retire, to take a break, to prepare for another life or a new creative endeavor. All right, this has been Anita. I have brought it to you, and I just hope that this is 1:11 on the clock. That means new beginnings, leadership, however. That's a sign, symbol, or synchronicity letting me know this is a new beginning. A new beginning for all of you to take what I am bringing to you. I'm just someone, you probably have heard this before, and I'm bringing it using different words. But I'm just bringing it because I am passionate about seeing a better change in this world. It's so much evil in this world that it's not balanced. And we got to balance it. Not to say with good, we just got to become balanced within ourselves, because we have the energies of masculine, feminine within us. So as a woman, I understand my masculine side. As a man, he understands his feminine side. And just because he may think he don't is because he's been taught that he don't. Or she has been taught that she don't know her masculine side. We have a light side and a dark side. It still equates to masculine, feminine, positive, negative. Masculine is positive, feminine is negative. Doesn't mean that you negative bad. It's just a charge, an energy charge. And we have to understand that we don't need anyone to complete us. Sometimes people come into our life to help us remember the other half of ourselves so that we can complete ourselves. We're already whole. It's just a lot of us have not, or they are not aware that they're already whole. Sometimes it takes another person coming into your life or people coming into your life to help you tap into that memory that's already there within you. The cells within our bodies is nothing but what we may consider like a library of books that's been scattered. And sometimes people come into our life, or we have experiences in this world, so that those books that scattered, that the tornado or hurricane hit and scattered all over the floor, sometimes we have these experiences to bring them back to help us organize those cells in our bodies, so that we can become back into alignment with life and our purpose and mission, so that we can continue to ascend. And you don't necessarily have to experience heaven after death. You can experience your heaven or hell right here. So just remember, you are responsible for your own journey. You can make it heavenly or hell on earth. It's all up to you to do what's right for you. Don't wait for somebody else. Stop blaming other people for you, the path you have taken. If Whatever actions you put out to another person causes them to react a certain way, and it brings something that you don't like because of how they reacted to your action. Take responsibility for it, okay? Make this world a better place by making and creating your world first and what you want it to be. Okay, again, this has been Anita signing off. If you like the content that I am bringing to you, there's a subscribe button. What's the subscribe button, Anita? It says subscribe. It's red and white. It's written in white, subscribe, on a red background. Hit the subscribe. You can't hit it with your finger. Take your pointer and click, click, click. And if you like it, make sure you thumbs it up or click like or whatever that is, the button down there to say you like it. And if you dislike it, let me know you dislike it. Tell me, give me your thoughts, whether they're good or bad, because I learn from both. It might shake me up a little bit, might be like, make me frown up a little bit, but that's all right. That's all right, because, it's all about perception and how you perceive things. Because we need both good and bad on our journey here in our earthly dimension. All right, Kim folks, I got to go. If you want to contact me, my contact information is down below. I used to put it up here on the screen. Somebody said, put it in your description box. So when if anything change, all the changes, you will know. Always check the description box. Okay? And I will let you know if anything change. And I will tell you. I have made some changes. Check the description box. Okay? Now, also, too, if you like this video, I don't mind you sharing it. But don't pretend to be me and create a whole YouTube channel. And you got me talking on your page. And if people want to meet you in person, they don't see me. So don't be afraid to be you and bring your own creativity. Stop stealing people's stuff, because it's only going to get exposed, because we living in a day and time where, hey, before you know it, you will be exposed. All right, I'm out. Take care, people. I love you. And I think I can say that unconditionally. Even if I don't know you personally, your energy, the energy I put out. There's a lot of people I don't know, but I still pray for those inhabitants that are deserving, who wants the love and okay, y'all got me up in here too long. Thank y'all. I love kisses, hugs, and more love unconditionally to you. So my last little thing, my little quote thing I like to say, I'm not here to make you think like me. All I truly want you to do is just to think for you. All right?